The Dallas Cowboys beat the Falcons 2009. Remember those guys?
Yeah, look at that 19 running into the end zone, and hopefully the Cowboys 19 will do the same this week.
Oh, Tony, the good old days.
The good old days.
He's got a bunch of Falcons chasing after him too, so Dak can probably relate.
Everything is the same. Hopefully the Cowboys are doing that at the end. Welcome to Cover 4 special episode on this Friday afternoon. We just really want to make sure you're ready for the Falcons.
Absolutely.
Game. Dave leaves tomorrow. Tay will be with me. Jesse's got your pre and post on 105 through the Fan. But for now, let's get right into it because we got a lot to talk about today, Dave.
Look, you guys know the score. I don't have to tell you this. The Cowboys have been outcasts in the playoff picture to this point. They have a chance to usher in a new future with a win this weekend. Going to have to rely on their two main Migos, Dak and Zeke. Get a win. Maybe after it's over, they can wear those 2-2-1-4 chains that they love so much. Either way, Cowboys got to get a win this weekend and change the whole outlook of everything.
They should let you borrow that chain, Dave. I think you'd look really good in that. Well, someone will be wearing a Presidential Medal of Freedom today, and that is Roger Staubach, who will be honored today along with 7 other people at the White House. Huge honor for number 12.
And for the Cowboys defense, I know that they're short a couple guys on the defensive front, and so I know how they're going to attack Matt Ryan in this offense. But what I don't propose that they do is blitz him, because Matt Ryan, his quarterback rating is 95.5 when he sees pressure. So they may want to lay off just a little bit on the pressure.
Yeesh.
What is so interesting about this game, we've talked about it all week and we're going behind enemy lines now, is that the teams are so similar. They both are desperate, and Kelsey Conway is going to join us from Falcons.com. And Kelsey, I got to start this off by asking you, are the Falcons in desperation mode because the Cowboys were last week and they are going to be for the rest of the season?
I wouldn't use the word desperation for this game for the Falcons, but I think they certainly understand the importance of winning this game given their playoff picture. Coach Quinn said, hey, look, yeah, we talk about big picture a little bit, but more than anything, we just try and focus on this week because we can't even think about big picture things unless we take care of this week. And every week here at the Falcons, they try and treat every week like it's a championship week, and I think they're just staying the course and doing exactly just that.
Hey, Kelsey. All right. Yeah, we know about Julio Jones. He's leading the league in receiving. He's arguably the best receiver in the league. He doesn't score touchdowns. What's the deal there? And we know he's scored 2 in the last 2 games. What are they doing to get him more involved in this scoring offense?
There's been a lot of talk about Julio's production in the end zone this year, and I know he just got his first touchdown 2 games ago, but before that, he was one of the league's top receivers. He just wasn't getting into the end zone, but that wasn't necessarily a problem for the Falcons as they have so many offensive weapons, and oftentimes Julio Jones sees so much coverage in the red zone that he's virtually taken out of the game, and the Falcons are able to just cash in with their other weapons like Calvin Ridley, Mohamed Sanu, Austin Hooper. But what happened with Julio to get his first touchdown was not some big grand scheme change by offensive coordinator Steve Sarkisian. It was just about giving him an opportunity at that time. Julio said he went up to Sark in the middle of the game and said, hey, look, I need a screen play. I see what they're giving me and I need a screen. And offensive coordinator Steve Sarkisian just said, okay, I'll dial one up. So I wouldn't go as far to say that anything's necessarily changed. Julio's just been given different opportunities in the past couple of games.
Kelsey, we know what happened last year with Dak and Adrian Claiborne, but how has the pass rush been this season with no Claiborne?
One area of the Falcons defense that they would want to be more consistent is definitely the pass rush. It really hasn't been a consistent part of what they've been able to do defensively, and as we saw last year when the Falcons were able to sack Dak Prescott 8 times, it definitely played a factor in the final result. And in games this year that Atlanta's won, they've been able to affect the quarterback. They've been getting those quarterback hits, they've been getting those sacks. And in games they've lost, they really haven't been able to. So I think it's something that they need to focus on this week, and they'll try and ramp it up against Dak Prescott. The team also signed Bruce Irvin a couple weeks ago, hoping that he'll give them a boost in this area, so all we can do is hope for that.
Hey, Kelsey, what were the issues between Matt Ryan and Steve Sarkisian offensively, and is it safe to say that those are fixed now?
I think this is one of the most common questions I've been asked this year in terms of what's been different between Matt Ryan and Steve Sarkisian that's getting this Atlanta offense on the roll that it is. And honestly, it's not some scheme change. I think some people think that there's some magical answer coming, and if you ask both Sark and Matt Ryan, they'll both just tell you it's just another year of comfort with one another. Sark has said, hey, look, I'm night and day more comfortable in year 2, and Matt Ryan said, I'm more comfortable with him. They understand each other's tendencies. Sark knows the personnel better. He's able to apply that on game day. He's also calling the plays from the field this year, which has been different, and he said it's really allowed him to improve in his communication with Matt Ryan, and I think that's been the biggest difference in why this Falcons offense is clicking the way it is.
All right, Kelsey, thank you so much for joining us. Try to keep Dave out of the concession area in the press box if you can.
How dare you?
Sunday at noon kickoff.
True. Varsity. I'm going to varsity on Saturday.
Quick break here from the studio, but when we come back, yeah, you saw it on the teaser. Bold predictions. I think we are taking it to a new level this week. Cowboys in desperation mode. Next.
Hey Dallas Cowboys fans, I'm Danny Sarek at the AT&T Media Center. Cowboys fans know that former linebacker DeMarcus Ware can perform in football cleats. And they also learned that he can perform in dancing shoes while he performed on Dancing with the Stars this season. Ware is no longer on the show, however, Ware enjoyed his experience on the show and didn't realize how much work he would have to put in order to be successful.
It was really exciting. I mean, when I got that call, I know that Emmett did it and a lot of other Dallas Cowboys players did it, but they didn't tell me how challenging it would be. You know, I put the dancing shoes up for a little while, but I think I might start some dancing classes soon.
We are talking power rankings because this game just brings back memories of how many good combinations of quarterback, wide receiver there are. And when you think back all time, well, at least in our generation and y'all's generation, you think of maybe Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, like they're just a given, right?
I mean, especially with Calvin Johnson retiring, absolutely. This is probably the most dynamic receiver-quarterback combo in the league right now.
And you're gonna get to see him. I still think it's weird.
I've seen enough
on touchdowns.
I've seen enough of them, to be honest. Like I saw him in 2015. I saw him last year. It's usually pretty nasty when these guys get together.
We've gotten enough.
Yeah, well, hopefully the Cowboys defense is going to keep them contained. I think that'll be the biggest part of the game is can you hold down those wide receivers. But let's get into our power rankings. Who, Dave, do you have as your all-time?
I'm glad you said our generation, like young people. I don't remember Terry Bradshaw and John Stallworth. I'm sorry. But for my money, it never got more impressive than those two guys, Brady and Randy Moss. My gosh. Remember, Des Bryant had 16 touchdowns for this team in 2014, and that felt like a lot. Randy Moss has the NFL record with 23. He beat up on prime Darrelle Revis. He caught touchdowns on everybody. It was unbelievable. He was only in New England for like 3 years. It didn't matter. They were the best. They should have won a Super Bowl.
They're
I'm mad they
incredible.
didn't,
I
honestly.
love huge Randy Moss fans.
They hold Randy Moss in such high regard in New England.
Beast.
They really do.
Beast.
All right, Lenz. Well, I'm looking at two guys that are very popular around these parts, at the Star specifically. Roger Staubach, Drew Pearson. Guys, The 1975 NFC Divisional game will go down in history. Obviously, it is here. It is everywhere.
We hear about it every day.
It is, yes. It's an immortal play here. And guys, the 50-yard touchdown pass that turned into a Hail Mary, you talk about Aaron Rodgers and guys like that, this is because of Roger Staubach and Drew Pearson. They made this possible for football. So forever thankful for that, and I love to see that combination.
It's pretty dope that they created that play.
Oh, I think that's...
and it was right here.
Roger Staubach, the quotes on the wall, guys, it's incredible.
When I think back to my favorites, 98 to 2006, my first ever jersey I got for Christmas, Peyton Manning. I still remember how embarrassing I acted when I opened it. When I was just a young gal, but Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning. Just what's incredible to me, guys, is, you got free agency now, people leaving, franchise tags, contracts, but these guys just did it for so long, like almost a decade. Marvin Harrison missed 6 games. I mean, it was kind of a guarantee, and they dominated. Just to do it that long is what's so impressive to me.
You want a little interesting nugget about that combination?
Yes.
Marvin Harrison only lined up on the right-hand side his entire career.
Wow.
He never lined up on the right and left-hand side.
I did not know that.
Marvin Harrison was a right side dominant receiver his entire career. Think about how special you have to be to have that type of success, and the guy's gonna line up only on the right side.
Wow.
I'll get to the next level for me there.
Good call.
Well, I think for me, it's the GOAT, right? And that's Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice and Joe Montana. And Jerry Rice is interesting because he had 2 great quarterbacks in Joe Montana, and then he had it in Steve Young. But this is the guy, Jerry Rice, who, when I was coming up as a young receiver, you heard about him catching bricks with his father. He had the infamous workout, the hills, that no one was able to finish. And those 2 guys connected so beautifully. They run that post route. They run that post corner. And if you go and you see the old highlights of those guys working in practice, it was like poetry in motion. That West Coast offense, that play right there you just saw, Jerry Rice coming in motion, quick out route. We called that the Jerry Rice play when I was here in Dallas, because that play worked so well for such a long time in that West Coast offense.
So impressive. Love Jerry Rice.
Give me Moss.
Give me Moss.
Give me Moss.
Okay, guys,
Sorry.
give me your boldest predictions, because I'm a little bit nervous about even sharing these, to be completely honest.
Well,
They're just too bold.
They're too bold. I mean, we went all the way.
yeah, I'm hoping mine can come true. I feel like it is definitely plausible that Zeke Elliott will have back-to-back 150-yard games. Guys, it's the 21 ranked rushing defense down there in Atlanta. That just seems perfect for number 21 to have a field day. Guys, and he didn't get a chance to play that game in Atlanta last year, so I think he's definitely really, really hungry.
That might be true. They gave up 200-something rushing yards last week to Cleveland, 92 on one play.
I see what you did there with the 21 and the 21.
21.
Yeah.
Okay, mine is where maybe I'm just embarrassed for myself, but I'm going to put this out there that Dak doesn't get sacked this week. On the road this year, he's averaging 4 sacks a game. Last year, 8 sacks there. I don't know. Is magic possible?
You think
we'll
the
see.
O-line's going to be like determined to?
I think that they are linking arms with Dak and are saying, you know what, big fella, we're going to protect you. We're here for you. We're going to get over this together.
Uniform for 4.
That's what we're going with, Jess.
Well, for me, going back to the scene of the crime, and I'm looking for the big payback. The Cowboys reverse the roles, and they get 8 sacks on Matt Ryan. They just unleash on him, and it comes from everywhere. I mean, hot boy chains going to everyone come next week. You get a hot boy chain. You get a hot boy chain. You get a hot boy chain, because they're going to sack Matt Ryan 8 times.
Whoa.
Sunday night.
8.
Sunday afternoon.
That's a lot.
8. Okay. That kind of ties in with what I'm thinking, which is that Cowboys defense, I know you're having a phenomenal year. This is a different breed of offense. Like this is a high-flying attack. I don't think you're going to hold them under 20 points unless you can do something special, like maybe get a pick 6 or a defensive touchdown. Pass rush would tie into that big time. I think they're going to have to score some points, get some stops other than just forcing punts, because I don't think you're going to do that a lot. So I'm looking at the secondary, looking at the pass rush to Harry Matt Ryan. I think the defense is going to score a touchdown if the Cowboys are going to win.
Who's it going to be, though? Let's take it to the next
level. It was Byron the last time that happened. I'm going to say Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods, maybe like a tip drill. He takes it to the house.
Little love for Xavier. All out of time. Jess, take us to OT.
Well, they say reading is fundamental, and I want to have a reading challenge. So if the Cowboys win, every Cowboys win on the road for the rest of the season, if they win, I'm going to pick a book from the Amari Cooper's book club, and I will read it and let you know about it.
Wow. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, I know we're all getting excited for Thanksgiving next week, and sometimes we get sad about football games, but you just have to cherish these moments, because today, There are only 50 days until the first wildcard game, and the season is almost over. Just cherish these moments.
Big part of going on the road as a sports writer is you look at the city you're going to and try to, is there a ball game happening? Is there a concert? Well, there is a concert in Atlanta on Saturday. It's Drake. And Aubrey, I already paid to see you in Dallas. I don't make that much money, but if you wanted to comp me some tickets, I would love to be there tomorrow night. Thank you in advance, big guy. Appreciate you, Six God.
He watches our show.
Of course he
all
does.
The time, so
of course he does.
Just expect those at will call.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, noon game on Sunday. Everything on the line. We'll be back here Monday to talk about all of it, of course. Thanks for tuning in to this week of Cover 4, presented by JCPenney.